Hi everyone. It's time for some Zero Escape. They say that you cannot escape from Zero Escape, but time has come for us to actually escape from this story, because the third game actually came out. It's Zero Time Dilemma. We played 999 on the DS. We played Virtue's Last Reward on the 3DS. But at the time, there was no third game, and it took some time before it was actually announced that there would be. We're seeing it now. We're seeing Zero Time Dilemma. It's here. It's finally here. Well, actually, it's been out for a couple weeks. But hopefully, if you wanted to play it yourself, hopefully you did have time to get it and play it, unless you pre-ordered the game with the watch, the special collector's item watch, because apparently, no one actually received that. But that's fine. Because... No, actually, that's not fine. Hopefully you got to play the game in some other way. Okay, so what are we doing in Zero Time Dilemma? Okay, so first of all, we should mention that this game is probably going to have whole loads of spoilers for 999 and VLR. So if you're interested at all in playing those games for yourself, this is probably not the place for you. You probably should not watch this because you're going to get spoiled on so many things, I am sure. But if you don't care about that, or if you are already aware of what happens in 999 and VLR, well, we're going to play some ZTD. Now, Zelmer, you're asking if you can keep track of VLR 999's plotline. Okay, so we're going to try to get this straight, alright? Going to try to get this right. In 999... a number of people are kidnapped by someone named Zero, who forces them to play what is called the Nonary game. Again, spoilers. If this is your last chance to get out if you have not played 999. It turns out that the person named Zero is actually one of the contestants of the Nonary game, named Akane, and the reason that she is putting on the Nonary game is because this is actually the second one, and when she was a child, she was forced to play the original Nonary game with 8 other children, and the Nonary game ended with her having to solve a Sudoku puzzle in an incinerator, and if she lost the puzzle, she would die. However, she did not know how to play Sudoku. She did not know how to do it. I mean, it wasn't a big thing at the time. She didn't know. So she was gonna die, but then, she got a telepathic message from Junpei, from 9 years in the future. And Junpei solved the Sudoku for her. He solved it. And because he solved it, she lived. Through the morphogenetic field. That's right, Papa November. Catapult, did I read the wiki? No, this is all from memory. My photographic memory. Because Junpei did this from the future, that means that Akane, in order to survive, she would then have to set up the exact circumstances that would allow Junpei to help her from 9 years in the future. Because if she doesn't, it causes a time paradox. And that's why you keep repeating the game in 999. Because when you get the bad endings, you don't help Akane from 9 years in the past. And that creates the time paradox, and then you have to start over again. It's only when you get the true ending that time advances. And that's why Akane becomes Zero and puts on the Nonary game. It's to replicate the original Nonary game that she was forced to play, and she forces Junpei to play it so he can help her from 9 years in the future. She was assisted by her brother, Santa, and Seven, who was the cop who rescued the children from the first Nonary game. This confuses some people because Seven, I believe he says that the girl in the incinerator died. And people wonder, how did Akane die 9 years ago, but she is still alive in the future? But she didn't die. Seven was lying because he was in on it. At least I think he was in on it. I'm pretty sure they indicated that at the end. That they were the three who were the maestros of the Nonary game. And the villains, the main villain was Ace, who was one of the participants in the second Nonary game, who was being forced to play it because he was the main guy behind the original, and Akane put him in the Nonary game to get revenge on him, and also to kill some of the other people who were behind the Nonary game. And the reason that, yes, Super Pancake Man, Ace couldn't tell faces apart. He had a condition where he is unable, prosopagnosia, something, it's pronounced something like that. He has that. He wants to be able to distinguish faces, and so that's why he conducts the Nonary game. It was something like that. And, like, Akane, you know, even though she is kind of justified, she does actually murder people in the first game. She does kill people, but you know she's actually like the good guy in the end. But then we go on to Virtue's Last Reward, and in Virtue's Last Reward, there's another Nonary game, the Nonary game Ambidex Edition, again put on by Zero. The two main characters are Sigma and Phi, who don't know where they are or why they're being made to play this game. And in the end, so they think the year is 2027, something like that, but it's actually like 50 years in the future, and they're on the moon. Sigma, alongside Clover, who was from 999, and Alice, who was thought to be an immortal mummy. She is not an immortal mummy. They said she was in 999, but she is not. Sigma, Clover, and Alice were all kidnapped by Zero and put into cryogenic storage for 50 years. I forget if it was 50, it was something like that. And then they wake up in the future. Oh, Sigma was... Oh, no, you're right, Captain. You're right. Sigma wasn't frozen. There were 3 people, but Phi was the third. Sigma was not frozen because it turns out that Sigma is actually an old man. He doesn't know he is. Whenever you see Sigma, like on the cover of the game, you see him as a young man, because that's his mental image. That's what he thinks he looks like. But his body is actually an old man, but his brain is his young man brain. He doesn't remember his life. His brain, his young man brain, is in his old man body. It turns out, yes, Sigma was Zero. Yes, the masterminds behind the new Nonary game from the future on the moon was Sigma. So the protagonist of the game was Zero. And Akane, who was the Zero from 999. They were both in on it. Akane is also old. She's grown old. And the reason behind the Nonary game Ambidex Edition was that Sigma and Phi have the ability for their brains to time travel into their bodies in different time periods. So, like, they can learn things and then send their consciousnesses back in time to their bodies in the past with the knowledge that they now have. And that's the explanation for why there's a flowchart in VLR. That's the explanation for that, because you keep redoing these timelines, because their brains can time travel. And the purpose of the Nonary game, Akane and Sigma, old Sigma, are trying to unlock Sigma and Phi's time-traveling abilities because years ago, a virus called Radical 6 was unleashed on the world, and killed off billions of people. That's why they're on the moon in Virtue's Last Reward, because Earth is, like, uninhabitable, I think. And they want to stop that from happening. And to do that, Sigma and Phi needed to know about this, so then they could time travel their brains back to the past, to the point where this game takes place, Zero Time Dilemma. And now, they're young bodies, but their brains are from the future. They know what's going to happen, so now they're equipped to put a stop to Radical 6 and save humanity. Because the people who are behind the plot is a cult called Free the Soul. And I don't even remember what it is they want. I don't remember what they... Yeah, Myrmidons, and like the leader is named Right, and he had a brother named Left, and Left is dead, and then Right made a whole lot of clones of Left. Brother was his name. His name was not Right, his name was Brother, and Left was his brother. And then, like, there were a lot of clones of Left, and one of the characters in VLR, Dio, is one of the clones. Dio being really the main villain of Virtue's Last Reward. So those are the villains. And I assume that they're going to be in this game? In Zero Time Dilemma? Because that would make sense, right? Yeah. That makes sense. They should be in this game because we didn't actually find out who Brother was or really anything about the cult. So they gotta be the villains in this game. And I know there are multiple characters that we control in this game, but the only two who have time-traveling brains are Sigma and Phi, so they should know what's going on, but I don't think anyone else would. I think. And we don't actually... In VLR, we never actually found out anything about Phi. We don't really know anything about her. So, I assume that there's gonna be, like, a lot of character development for Phi, in this game. I think. Okay, but so that's what I remember of this series. So now we're going to play Zero Time Dilemma, and it's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. It is going to make so much sense. You won't believe how much sense it's going to make. Hold on. I have to start up the game. Because it's going to make all the sense. I mean, you think I'm joking about it making sense, but oh man, just you wait. You'll see. You'll all see. Alright. It's time for some Zero Time Dilemma. Now let's see. Getting a 360 controller out, because I read that you can control it with that, okay. I think you can also use mouse and keyboard, but we'll see which one turns out better. Okay, so what we got going on? Errant Bunny, is this streaming FTL? Yes, it is supposed to be, so hopefully you are getting the low latency. We're on Beam.Pro using FTL low latency streaming. What we got in the upper left-hand corner and most of the screen is the game Zero Time Dilemma. What we got on the right is the chat. What we have in the upper right, we have voting. So, for example, if we wanted to vote, I could, like, start a vote right now. Hold on. I could, like, do that by clicking something, and then, okay, there it is. You can, 1 through 4, or I could add more numbers if we wanted. If I wanted to, we could do that. Someone said to turn up the volume. I will turn up the volume. Alright, volume is turned up a bit more. Let me just see. It still seems like it's a little quiet. Let me see what I can do here. Not sure. Does seem like, still seems a little bit quiet. Oh, people are talking about the volume in the game? Oh, okay. That seems like it should be okay. At least from what I'm hearing. I don't know about you. People are talking about the voices. People are hearing voices, and that's concerning. But hopefully it's just my voice they're hearing. Okay, so what was it? Turn up voice? Voice?
Time dilemma.
All right. Turned up. Should I turn down? Turn BGM down? I scrolled the chat. It does look like the chat is a little off. I wonder how that happened. I'm actually not sure how that happened. I don't know why that's happening. Okay, I think it's working now. Anyway. So I had a little problem with how that chat was displaying, I guess, but I think it's okay now. Alright, and that vote is almost 25% for each one, so good job. We'll just turn that off for right now. Anyway, so we got the vote in the upper right. In the lower left bar, we got a place for some notes if we need it. We got notes going on. I'm sure we will need to put some notes down. So that's the setup that we have here. Alright, so cursor speed, I assume that we're going to want fast. Does anyone think any of these other settings need to be changed? No, people are saying no, it should be okay. Alright. Alright, so now that that's done, let's start the game and get all of the answers. All of them.
Hey, open up!
Who would do this?
Shit. What's wrong with you?
Someone's one-night mistake?
A mistake?
Maybe Diana's.
This isn't the time for jokes.
Let me guess. That helmet can't come off, can it?
So creepy. I don't want it near me. Where the hell did this thing come from?
Forget it. Shouldn't we be trying to get out of here?
Impossible. This is a confinement room.
The bar is only open from the other side.
Nothing to do but ask whoever did this to let us out.
The mastermind's right there! That kid locked us up!
So he was the one who put these on us?
It wasn't me.
It talks!
snail can make a world go extinct.
Go extinct?
What the hell are you going on about?
Who are you?
I'm sure you'll determine that eventually.
Why are you doing this?
I require all of you to take part in a game.
A game?
With the fate of you, me, and the human race in the balance.
Fuck that!
Let's get started, shall we? Beneath my foot, there's a coin. One side of it is red, while the other side is blue. Which side of the coin is facing up? Make a guess. However, you only get one chance.
Do we get something if we get it right?
Your freedom. I promise that I will release all of you.
And what if we're wrong?
You won't lose. You'll have to stay in the game until at least 6 of you are dead.
What?
Let's go with blue.
It's red.
Right, red. It's gotta be red.
50-50 chance. The odds for each are the same.
Then we should vote. Wait!
I can't believe you guys.
Akane's right. You just going to do what he says?
What do you think, Carlos? You are the leader of this group. I will take your decision as everyone's final answer.
What are you talking about?
I'll let Carlos choose.
Pick red.
It's blue.
So what do you say, Carlos?
No, Carlos!
Don't answer him!
Okay, if we vote, then let's say 1 for red and 2 for blue.
Time to choose, Carlos. You are that solitary snail. The fate of the world rests on your decision.
It looks like people going for number 2, which I said was blue. I mean, I assume that whatever we choose is going to end up being the wrong answer, because it's not like he can actually let us leave at the beginning of the game. I mean, he's going to make us play it, so we're going to have to be wrong, I would assume. The vote still has a little bit more time. I just want to say, by the way, some wonderful facial expressions in this game so far. I mean, I know it didn't exactly have the highest of budgets, but these facial expressions not exactly matching the voice acting here. Anyway, the vote's almost over. Number 2 is going to win, which means we're choosing blue. Is the chat? Yeah, the chat is off again, and I don't know what is causing that. But I'm going to pick blue.
It's blue.
So, who was it who said it was red again?
Well done, Carlos.
Are you some kind of clairvoyant?
It was just luck. I had a 50% chance. It's not too hard to get it right.
Hey, hold on a sec! Okay, sure, you lucked out with your guess. But what if you had gotten it wrong?
What does it matter? Everything worked out fine.
So, are you going to make good on our deal?
Fear not. I'm a fair person. I promised to release you, and I shall. But before that, I apologize, but you must all sleep.
Sleep?
When next you wake, you will have forgotten everything that just happened here.
Why would we forget?
I wonder. Pleasant dreams.
I know. You're...
Wow, payoff already. That's fast. I expected it going to be a lot longer before we actually got a payoff to the story.
Hey, hold on. Why are we outside?
I have no clue.
When I woke up, we were on the ground over there.
Huh?
What is it?
Didn't we all have something attached to our left wrists?
I suppose we might have.
Coin.
Huh?
Nothing. I just saw an image of a coin flash in my mind. It was flipped and falling.
Come to think of it. Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this dialogue has any is being done any favors with the cutscenes and the style that they're in. What? I'm sorry. All right. How long was that? A half an hour? I mean, people said that this was a much shorter game than Virtue's Last Reward, but I did not actually think it was going to be this long. All right, everyone. I mean, I kind of thought this was going to be like a lengthy series, but I guess it's only the one video. I don't know why this took so long to come out, if that was the whole game. And I don't think any questions got answered. Like, who was Zero? Who is the kid with the mask? Nothing about Radical 6. I guess we're just gonna have to wait for Zero Escape Part 4. And yeah, Quintilian saying, what a nice villain. They did keep their word, it's true. Zero said that he or she was going to let us out if we got right and did it right, and yeah, we ended up out. The bracelets were off of our wrists, we were outside, and I guess we were all okay. It doesn't feel very satisfying, though. People are saying we can skip the credits, but I mean, the game was so short as it is, I don't think we actually need to skip anything. Might as well just take it all in. Like, all the planning that these people did, and the programming, and the script, man. How many people did it take to write that? 3 people to write what we just experienced. And we have a graphics team for each of the teams in the game. The background artist who did, like, I think 2 backgrounds. There was like a prison, and there was the outside. So yeah, let's see. How does this ending tie into what it was that we were talking about as we were coming up at the beginning of the stream? So Phi and Sigma's minds went back in time to the Nevada test site in order to stop Radical 6. And I mean, yeah, Research 6 saying 6 billion people didn't die. So I guess we succeeded. It didn't seem like anyone died. So I guess mission accomplished. Snacker Fork, you stopped Radical 6 by picking a coin. It seems like that's what happened. Oh man, look at all, I'm sure it took a lot of people to localize this game. Of course, we don't know what happened to these characters after they got out of the prison and they found themselves in the Nevada desert. I mean, in 999, they had a car that they were able to take, but I didn't see any vehicles just lying around that they could take, so maybe they just went back into the facility and hung out. It's probably like air conditioning in there. Like, if you think about in VLR, the facility is actually pretty nice. You know, it has a bar, it has a playroom, it has a pantry, fully stocked. It's much better in there than it is anywhere else. So, you know, they're kind of like the participants are kind of misguided throughout the game in trying to get out, since like where they are is so much better than anywhere else. So maybe, you know, maybe that's the same thing that's happening here. Maybe they actually lost because they got kicked out of the facility. Maybe the facility was actually the only safe place. And they actually had to play Zero's game to stay in the facility. Like, maybe that's it. It's like it's sort of like a Twilight Zone thing, where the thing that you think you want is not actually what you want. People asking if I'm going to do 10 minutes of credits. I think that these people earned their due. I think that these people deserve at least a bit of attention that we're giving them right now. Well, I guess... Okay, we got an ending. I guess we'll save. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What, not 9? Okay, we got one ending out of 7. I guess that actually counts as an ending. Okay, now we're going to choose which fate we will follow first. Got C team, got Q team, got D team. We can look at the flow. Let's see what the flow is. Okay, the flow is just this. Not much of a flow right now. Okay, so what do we got? I'm trying to remember which team is which. I think C team had that guy, Eric, and I think it had Akane and Jumpy on it. Yeah, C team is Team 999. D team, I think, is the one that has Sigma and Phi, and Q team are all newcomers. So we're going to start a vote. Of course, we're going to just do this in order. C is 1, Q is 2, D is 3. Which one do you want to go with? Which one do you want to start with? That pie chart is moving around. Yeah, and it looks like starting the vote does kind of mess up the chat window. I'm not sure what is causing that. Maybe it's just because there are so many people voting. The last time I tried this out with the DOS stream, it wasn't doing that, so I'm not sure what the issue is. Anyway, this is fairly even so far. We got 37%, 35%, 27%, so let's see, number 3, Team VLR, is in the lead, but number 1, Team 999, pretty close. Could really go between either one of those. But of course, we do see that there is a time limit. They can't vote forever, even if it's tied. I mean, if it's tied, maybe we'll just go with the loser, Q team. Maybe we just go that route if there is a tie, because we can't pick 2 at once. And the winner, by a single vote, is number 3. So, I guess we are going with D team. Oh, Kitsune Zeta, this vote doesn't matter? Wonderful. I wonder if that's just what you could say about the Zero Escape series in general. This doesn't matter, by the way. Let's see. Alright, what we got? I mean, I guess there's only the one. Like, all these are locked. What's over here? Okay, we can just choose what we want. So I guess there's going to be only the one thing that we can pick for right now. Only one thing that's unlocked, and all of these have the same thing. It's Zero with his coin flip. So, with D-Team, we're picking the coin flip, and I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, let's see. Oh, well, I mean, I don't think we need to take another vote on that, because we already know what that leads to. Sure.
Time to... You are the...
Heartbeat. Time to decide. Oh, what choice are we going to make? Let's go with red and be forced to play the game.
It's red.
See? Told you it was blue.
Carlos, you asshole! You got it wrong!
Carlos,
What were you thinking?
Hey, wait a second! Carlos isn't the one to be blamed for all this.
Right. The person who started it is.
so, what now?
You should know already. You were wrong, so the game continues.
Until 6 people are dead, huh?
At least 6. It's possible there may be more than that.
Why don't we hurry and get this over with then?
Before you begin, I'm going to need all of you to go to sleep.
Sleep?
When next you wake, you will have forgotten everything that just happened here.
Forget? But why?
There's no point to telling you now. You won't remember anything in a moment. Pleasant dreams.
Zero does like his sleeping gas and amnesia. Sleeping and amnesia combined. I couldn't tell if Sigma and Phi actually know anything, because they seem to be as clueless as everyone else. But they're supposed to be the ones with the time-traveling brains.
Akane.
Bastard! What the hell's going on? You brought all of us here!
No! It's not me!
Then what the fuck is that stupid thing on your head?
Let it go, Eric. No need to take it all out on the kid.
Mira?
I wonder what this is.
Give it up, Diana. It's better that you don't force it off.
Why do you say that?
You should listen to her. I get the feeling she's seen it before.
Bracelet.
That's what it was called a year ago. Right, Akane?
Junpei.
Good morning. How are you feeling?
Who's this?
I am Zero. The second Zero.
The second?
Let me make one thing clear. This is a recording. So don't bother asking questions as I cannot answer them. I'd like to tell you an old story. 17 years ago, on a rainy morning, a woman went jogging in a large park. Her usual route led her to a fork in the road. Normally she'd run down the right path, but for some reason, this day, she chose the left. Along the way, she bumped into a senior citizen she saw every day. Surprised to see her, they asked, "Why did you come this way today?" This was her reply. "Because there was a snail." Her body was discovered a few hours later. Murdered. They found her in some bushes along the left path. Sometimes, life is simply unfair. Don't you think?
What the hell is all this nonsense?
It's the same for all of you. The pull of an unjust fate carried you along to this moment, only to find yourselves in this bomb shelter 50 meters below ground.
Wait, what?
As you can see, this place is divided into 3 sections. Carlos, Akane, and Junpei, you 3 are in Ward C. You will henceforth be referred to as C-Team. Your leader shall be Carlos. Next is Q, Mira, and Eric. You are located in Ward Q. Your name will be Q-Team. As evidenced by the name, the leader is Q.
Hey, wait!
Is this a joke?
And finally, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. Ward D is where the 3 of you are. Diana is the leader. That makes you the D-Team. You may wander as you like, as long as you remain within your respective wards. There is a time limit, however. 90 minutes. Once 90 minutes are up, an injector in your bracelet will activate. An anesthetic and an agent to erase your memories will be administered.
Memory erasing drugs?
As a result, you'll all fall into a deep, uninterrupted sleep. But you will also forget everything that occurred in those past 90 minutes.
What?
The bracelet has an additional function. A watch. Pressing the buttons on each side simultaneously will display the time.
12:10.
Today is December 31st, New Year's Eve. The year turns over in less than half a day. Unfortunately, very few of you will find yourselves able to welcome a new 2029. Take a look at the door. It's clearly marked with an X. Beyond this X door is a hallway with an elevator. Riding the elevator up will take you above ground. There's no other way out. The door is easy enough to open. Simply obtain the X-passes and enter them into the input device beside it. 6 X-passes are needed for it to unlock. 1 X-pass will be announced every time someone dies. In blunter terms, if 6 of you die, the rest will gain all of the passwords and will be able to open the X door.
This is bullshit.
One caveat. The door remains open for only 30 seconds. Once that passes, it will automatically close and never open again. Oh yes. With this information, surely some of you at this point are thinking, how can I kill 6 people?
What? No one would.
I'll give you one opportunity. By majority vote, determine one team to execute.
What?
Do you see the computer in the corner of the room? The team names of your newfound enemies will be displayed on that monitor. Choose the team you've decided to eliminate. Each team gets 1 vote. The leader must submit it for the group. Your deadline is 13:30. Any team that hasn't voted before the time limit is up shall be penalized 2 votes. The group with 2 or more votes will lose. Every member of that team will be executed. Let us begin. This is the decision game, a game of fate. The lives of you, me, and the human race hang in the balance.
Alright, it's a decision game. Nothing to do with numbers. Screw numbers, it's all about decisions. Alright, I guess we're choosing this again. Okay. Same thing. 1 is C, 2 is Q, 3 is D, I guess. I guess we're going to be doing these votes to determine which team. I mean, like people said, it didn't actually matter which one we ended up choosing, did it? So at some point, this vote is going to mean something. I'm sure it is. What we got? Okay, number 3 is in the lead again. This is a more commanding lead than it was last time round. 3 is D team, team 999. So I would assume that if we choose D team, that means that the next vote is probably going to be which of the other 2 teams are we going to execute. And I mean, it looks like that 3 is going to win. It doesn't look like the other 2 are going to come up. So we're picking D. Going to go with D team. Let's do that. And we have this new thing here. We're going to choose that. Only one thing we can go to. The only thing we can. Okay.
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
So, a moment when hate becomes calamity, huh?
I wonder what that means.
Beats me. Maybe it's not supposed to have a meaning.
Huh?
It's an anagram. You reorganize the letters into another sentence.
Why do you think it's an anagram?
I've seen something like this before. In another place. Anyway, where's Sigma?
What are you looking at?
A box.
What kind of box?
There's a cat in
I'm
it.
looking into it because I don't know.
We don't know if there's a cat in it.
Looks like something's written on it.
Force quit box.
That's interesting.
I see a keyboard on it too.
Use this keyboard to input a password and force something to stop.
Something, I don't know.
Is that what this means?
What does it stop?
Well, the obvious answer would be the game Zero is making us play.
Then we should try it. I shouldn't have thought it would be that easy.
We need a hint.
Maybe it says something on the underside.
Nope. Won't budge.
Is it heavy?
Heavy doesn't even begin to cover it. I doubt it's made out of anything from Earth.
Well, you are getting up there, Sigma.
What do you say? My body's still got it.
I'll just give it a try. You weren't lying.
See? I told you.
This is the map for Ward D, right?
Looks like it.
And we can go wherever we want so long as it's within this ward?
Yes, that's what Zero said.
All right. Do we get to move around? Yep. Well, at least I think so. Well, hold on. Okay, prep room. Is this a puzzle room? We haven't seen one of those yet. Or I guess these are the options of the rooms that we have. Oh, we can't move yet? Okay, so I guess we're not moving quite yet. We won't have a puzzle room for a while? Great! Just showing off the rooms that the fabulous rooms that we will soon be exploring.
All right. We've checked all the rooms from top to bottom, but...
You didn't find any exits?
Obviously. We are in a bomb shelter, after all. If there were several exits, it'd defeat the purpose it was built for.
So Zero told the truth.
Then opening the X door is the only way out.
I would have liked to have explored the rooms myself.
Mira!
You didn't have to do that for me.
Can you hear me?
Carlos! Akane! Tenmyoji!
There's no point. We wouldn't hear a drunk toga party at full volume on the other side.
I think we need 6 passwords to get this door to open, right?
Yeah, that X-Pass thing.
For every one person who dies, one password will be revealed.
Is that true, though?
Sigma, why don't you try dying once?
I politely but firmly refrain.
What about you, Diana?
Hey! No.
Figured.
May I ask you guys something?
What's up?
So anyone who's played this, do I get to ask all of these, or I have to ask them all? Okay, so we'll just choose all of them then. We won't need to have a vote on that. You know, but when Fi said, "Why don't you try dying?" do they still have the ability to time travel their brains? Because if they still have that ability, they could die, and then one of them dies and the other one goes back to the past. They could do that. I mean, that is a power they have. But anyway, we're just going to continue on and ask who is Zero.
Who do you think Zero is? Do you guys know who Zero is?
No, I haven't the foggiest. But they called themselves Zero. At the very least, they know about what happened a year ago.
What are you...
There's one more thing for sure. Think about it. Why was Zero's speech to us pre-recorded? There's got to be a very big reason why things can't be in real time. There are 2 possibilities. They've already bit the bullet, or...
Zero is among us.
So I guess we know that can't be true because we saw Zero in the first scene. We saw all 9 of them in the cells, but they don't remember that. So I guess we know something that they don't. Let's ask if help is gonna come.
Do you think someone will come help us?
Like who?
Maybe the DCOM experiment staff?
Sorry, but that's pretty unlikely. Remember? The staff stationed in DCOM can't communicate with us right now. The simulation is attempting to stay true to an actual Mars mission.
It's at least 6 months between Earth and Mars. In that time period, Earth will have rotated halfway around the Sun. Which means...
By the time the spaceship reaches Mars, the Earth is behind it.
with the star in the way, we can't send a signal.
That's the lead-up. We've been doing experiments for the past 5 days.
Transmissions will re-establish on December 31st at 23:30, which leaves us with more than 10 hours.
There's no point in hoping for a rescue to come before then.
Pretty sure the DCOM staff won't notice any problems until that time.
You guys are like siblings. You're totally in sync.
Right, so the reason that they know that, or we know, where this is because in VLR they established that this whole incident happens in a facility where they are simulating a manned mission to Mars. So that's what's going on right now. Someone during that little scene suggested that maybe I am Zero, and I guess that's probably could be plausible. In the first game, the protagonist's love interest was Zero. In the second game, the protagonist himself was Zero. So in the third game, wouldn't surprise me if somehow they make it so the player is somehow Zero. I don't know how they would do that, but that seems like the kind of thing this game would do. Let's talk about the way Sigma talks.
This may be somewhat rude of me to say, but the way you talk, Sigma, is, a little unusual.
Forgive him. The age of his mind and his body are completely different.
Oh, he mentioned that back at DCOM. That his consciousness had come back from the year 2074.
Oh, he's just admitting that?
That's why I know what will happen in the future. I must have spent the past 5 days warning all of you. If nothing changes, mankind will be destroyed. Akane, Phi, and I infiltrated DCOM to stop all that from happening.
Phi? Is this true?
Well, would you believe me if I said that it was?
Then why are all of us trapped in this strange place? If you know the future, then you could have prevented it.
We had no idea what events went down inside the DCOM facility. Nor did we know anything about what's going to happen in this shelter.
Why did this have to happen to me? I should have never listened to Rebecca.
Rebecca?
She's the head nurse at the hospital where I worked.
Oh, right. You did say you were a nurse.
I joined the DCOM experiment because Rebecca suggested it to me. She told me that they were searching for a nurse willing to participate. Well, to be honest, there is another reason why I decided to join.
Gab!
Why is Gab here?
I think he came through the vent.
See anything?
No, it's too dark.
You're up, Phi.
You want me to go in there? It's clearly impossible.
You sure?
I won't repeat myself. My boobs are D's.
Your pants are on fire.
It's true.
Seems to me they've gotten a full size larger than the last time you told me.
It's been 45 years. Growing is natural.
You were just sleeping.
Could I interrupt? What is this?
Is that a coaster?
Something's written on it. Hello, Carlos here. C-Team is voting for D-Team, so D-Team should vote for Q-Team and Q-Team for C-Team. And someone else wrote...
Q-Team, got it.
I get it. By spreading out the votes, they're suggesting we make it a tie.
Looks like Q-Team agreed.
Seems so.
I guess Gab passed through Ward C to Ward Q and ended up here. It'll work! Now none of the teams will have to die!
I wonder about that.
What?
The deadline to vote is in 3 minutes.
Damn, we don't have much time. We need to head over to the voting device.
Well, chat, I guess you're about to be able to make a vote.
What exactly did you mean earlier, Phi?
I'm saying it could be a lie.
Do you mean that Q-Team is planning to betray us?
No, I doubt it. If that's what they intended, they didn't have to send Gab. They'd only have to decide to vote for D-Team.
Then you mean...
There's a chance that C-Team will betray us. Maybe they're saying they'll vote for D-Team, but actually vote for Q-Team.
Why would they do that?
To make us choose Q-Team. If you think it's a good idea to spread out the votes, then your choice is easy, right? I'm just saying. It's a possibility.
The deadline to vote is in 1 minute.
What should I do?
The fact that Gab showed up means that we can assume Q Team's voting for C Team. So we have no choice but to choose Q Team. Otherwise,
Our single vote could cause the death of all of C Team.
Okay, chat. 1 for C Team, 2 for Q Team. Which one will you choose? Do you think that the truth is being told, or do you think that Phi might have a point? It looks like number 2 is winning. Looks like people, by a large margin, pretty large margin, around 2/3, are saying that we should go with Q Team. We should go with the plan. And, I mean, there is time left, but I don't think number 1 is going to come back. I think we're just going to pick Q Team, and we're going to see if we were lied to or not.
Your vote has been accepted.
well, that was a good choice.
Do you think it'll be okay?
So long as Gab's note was the truth.
All we could do was trust them.
I suppose.
90 minutes have passed. Your time limit has ended. Sleep well, as the next game will begin when you awake. Unfortunately, the team who receives 2 votes will be unable to participate. One final thing. You've gone through with the vote exactly as I commanded. You deserve a reward for obeying. The memory loss drug will not be injected into the 3 of you. When you next wake, those who survive will be able to regret the decision they made, as all members of a single team will perish as a result of the vote you entered. Pleasant dreams.
And, I guess it's not going to tell us who actually won before we actually get to continue on. I guess we're going to do another vote. I guess we're going to, once again, 1 is C, 2 is Q, 3 is D. I mean, if there's a tie, then I guess everyone survives. But if someone was lying, one of these teams, I guess, is going to end up dead. And I guess that means, theoretically, we could pick the team that is going to end up dead. And I assume that would be a very short timeline if we did that. Okay, it looks like number 3 is winning. It looks like people really want to continue on going with Team VLR. So, D Team it is. Let's see. Well, we already just did that. Yeah, D Team has no options. Well, let's see. Number 1 is Team 999, and they got the second most votes. So that's C Team, and there's something new there. Let's see. Yeah, they have something new there. And you need to do the vote with all 3 teams to make progress. Okay, so I guess that means that doing the vote here didn't actually matter. So far, a lot of the votes we've been doing have not actually mattered. So yes, we do need to do all 3 teams' intro segments before we can advance. So forget about all this voting business for right now. Let's go with C Team. We're starting from here. Yep, we're jumping. Kitsune Zeta, bring the poll up again for the decision time. Okay, so we can decide if any of the teams are lying then. Like, we will do the vote for each of the teams ourselves, so I guess we're saying that if we want to go along with the plan, we can do that. Or if we want to betray ourselves, we can also do that.
Yes. We've checked everywhere we could.
It's just as Zero said, huh? There's no way to get out, except by opening the X door.
50 minutes left until the vote deadline.
Don't tell me you want to vote.
How can we not? If we refuse, C-Team gets 2 votes automatically. We'll die.
But
Hey, do you think this could be part of the experiment? DCOM's whole psychological test.
Nope.
What? Why?
That masked guy called himself Zero. I have no clue why he's here, but he's for real.
So that means he's actually willing to kill off a whole team?
Yeah.
But how?
He said that there's an anesthetic in our bracelets, right? So we'll be sleeping and then BAM! Or maybe... There's a bunch of different ways.
if only there was a way to contact someone on the other teams.
Why would you need to reach them? What, you're planning on begging them not to vote C-Team or something?
Well, no, but I thought, why not spread out the votes?
What do you mean?
Remember what Zero said? The group with 2 or more votes will lose.
I get it. Maybe C-Team could vote for D-Team, D-Team for Q-Team, and Q-Team for C-Team. Then all the teams would have 1 vote each.
And that'd make it a 3-way tie. And no one would have to die?
How do we make sure they know to do it? Hey! Mira! Eric! Diana!
Phi! Sigma! Can you hear us?
It's not working.
Damn it!
Hey, Akane, why don't you try using the morphogenetic field?
Oh, right, that.
Huh? Morphogenetic field?
Let the game end where I treat 2. What's this supposed to mean?
The game will end, and something about 2 people? I guess the tough part is figuring out treat. If it's like trick or treat, then maybe it means there's a reward or a gift or something.
But it could also mean treatment, which would imply being cared for.
Either way, it doesn't make sense.
Hey, anyone know what this thing could be?
A box?
What's inside of it?
Maybe some kind of white smoke.
Automate Bako?
You've heard of it, Carlos?
Urashima Taro, right? Japanese folklore. Something about jumping through time, I think.
This label says Force Quit box.
What's that?
Looks like there's a keyboard.
There's probably a password that goes there.
Then something ends if you punch it in?
But what, though?
Maybe the game Zero's making us play.
Wait. You really think Zero'd put something that easy here?
It seems like it wouldn't even have to be a box for that.
Didn't think it'd work.
Just pressing random buttons isn't going to solve anything. So, what now?
What can we do?
Maybe we should just get this voting business over with.
Junpei.
No, we still have some time.
Come on, man, you're supposed to be the leader here.
How the hell did we get into this mess anyway? Do you guys have any ideas?
Okay, I guess we're going through these dialogue options. Well, no, actually, they are slightly different. All right, I guess we're going to gonna go through them in order. And yes, Jumpy is seems a lot more detached in this game than he was in 999. I suppose if it turned out that you were gonna have to go through this whole thing a year after doing it the first time, then you're probably going to be kind of fed up with the whole thing. So let's talk about who Zero could be, because we have a Zero right here with us.
Who is Zero?
To be accurate, you should probably ask, who is the second Zero instead?
Then that means there has to have been a first one, right?
Yeah, there is.
You know him?
Sorta. I brought it up earlier. A bracelet a lot like this one has been strapped to my wrist before. It happened last year. Akane and I were trapped somewhere. The person responsible back then was named Zero.
But I don't think that one has anything to do with this one.
It's gotta be connected.
Just, please, believe me.
She's right.
Yes, somehow she just seems really confident that there's no way the first Zero could have anything to do with what the second Zero is doing right now. I guess she must know. Let's talk about what Zero's purpose is.
Why is Zero doing this?
To make us play a game, right? This decision game or whatever.
With the fate of mankind on the line.
So it's true.
Do you know something, Akane?
I think if we end up losing this game, we're all going to die. 6 billion people will.
So what Sigma said back then up in DCOM was...
At this rate, 6 billion people will die.
Yes, what Sigma said is the truth. Have you ever heard of the term reverie syndrome?
Tell us all about
What
it.
causes it is unknown. Neither the nerves nor the brain have abnormalities. But somehow, this disease causes you to stop reacting to a variety of stimuli. I've heard there are people from all over the world who have become affected by this.
Hey, hold up. How does this and what we were talking about before go together?
Shouldn't you know already?
Huh?
A crisis. Mankind is currently facing what is clearly an unprecedented crisis. Those affected are sensing it's coming.
Reverie syndrome.
You've heard of it?
Yeah, kinda.
All right, that cleared up a whole lot. So I guess Carlos is not going to mention where he's heard of that. But okay. So promising, we got our first taste, just a little bit of a taste of some of that pseudoscience, some of that sweet, sweet explanations of pseudoscience that these games are known for. Hopefully, we get a whole lot more. Let's talk about this relationship. We know that in 999, Akane and Santa drove away and Jumpy went looking for her, and in VLR it seemed like he never really caught up with her. Of course, they're here together now, but let's see what's been going on with them over the past year.
Akane Kurashiki. Junpei Tenmyoji. You're both Japanese, right?
Yes?
And you both lived in Japan when you were kids. You even went to the same school. So you're childhood friends.
Who told you that?
Sigma. He mentioned it back in DCOM. We all lived in close quarters in that facility for 5 days. Information spreads fast. So, whose idea was it for you to join?
Huh?
The DCOM experiment. You two signed up together, right?
No, we didn't. We did this on our own.
Wait, you're telling me you guys just happened to bump into each other at DCOM?
It wasn't a coincidence. It was inevitable. Why did you subject yourself to this circus?
I didn't mention it before? I kinda really need a lot of cash. They said they'd give us $500,000 if we joined up.
Huh. Color me surprised. Thought a hero of justice had no need of money.
A what?
Didn't you say you're a firefighter? A really good one? You faced off against danger and saved a whole bunch of people. Sounds like a hero to me.
I just have good instincts. Doesn't seem to matter where I find myself. They're pretty good at telling me which path has death at the end.
Do you hear something?
Over there.
Gab!
Where did you come from?
Looks like you made it here using this vent.
Does that mean it's connected to the surface?
I don't think so. A vent to the surface would defeat the purpose of a bomb shelter.
So he came from another ward then.
It's too dark, I can't see anything. But Ward Q is down that direction, right? Think you can fit in there, Akane?
No, there's no way.
Someone likes cake too much.
Oh, I know. Let's cut off Junpei's arm. He should be able to fit through then.
Hey, Mira! Eric!
No answer, huh?
Hey, Gab. Did they steal you away from DCOM too?
But why the dog?
Maybe they felt bad about leaving him alone up there?
Baloney. You really think Zero do us any favors?
Hold on. I think I got an idea that may work. This case, it holds medication, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. It's empty.
Did that bastard Zero take the meds?
I still think this could work. We can use it. Wait a sec.
A beer coaster and a pen.
I found them on the counter of the bar.
Oh, there's something written on it.
Oh, I did that.
Hello, Carlos here. C-Team is voting for D-Team. So D-Team should vote for Q-Team, and Q-Team for C-Team.
Oh! You're going to put it in the case and have Gab go through the vent.
Cross your fingers he can get to Q-Team.
You really think it'll be that simple?
So we shouldn't?
Well, I guess we don't have anything to lose. Why don't we give it a shot?
What did you throw?
Cheese. Picked it up with the coaster. Was over there on the counter.
Why don't we just toss in some ketchup and pickles too? Maybe next time he comes back, he'll be a hot dog. It was a joke.
It was a very funny joke. I assume we're about to vote.
5 minutes left.
Gab's not come back.
Let's just vote, Carlos. Like I said, if we forfeit...
I know!
Hey, there's one thing we can do.
What is it?
You remember what you wrote on the Gab letter?
The what?
The message we sent the furry pigeon to deliver? C-Team is voting for D-Team, so D-Team should vote for Q-Team and Q-Team for C-Team.
Yeah? So what?
So, vote for Q-Team instead.
Oh, Jumpy, no.
Junpei, you can't be suggesting... If we do that, they'll end up with 2 votes and...
Yep, Q-Team will be out. Granted, this whole thing is assuming our initial plan works. The note makes it to D-Team, and Diana votes the way we want her to. Think about it for a second. 6 people have to die or we're never getting out of this bomb shelter. Those are the rules of the decision game according to Zero. Balancing the votes won't do us any good. We'll just end up falsely prolonging someone's death.
Junpei,
The deadline to vote is in 3 minutes.
Come on, Carlos, vote for Q-Team.
no, you can't!
The facial expressions. or something. Well, alright. It's up to you, chat. Jumpy is bloodthirsty in this. Well, maybe not bloodthirsty, but he's pretty ruthless. Do you want to go with his suggestion? Or do you want to go with the plan of everyone voting for each other so no one dies? It looks like people are saying they want to go with number 2, they want to go with D-Team. And, yeah, it looks like that the lead is far enough that we're not going to need the full 60 seconds. We're going with that D.
Your vote has been accepted.
Ah, I was worried you weren't going to do it, Carlos.
You'll see, Akane. Just because we did what we said we would doesn't mean this will work. Hell, we don't even know if our note reached the other teams or not. And even if it did, there's no guarantee they did what we asked. 2 possibilities will come out of this. The 3 members of D-Team will die.
Or it's our heads on the chopping block.
90 minutes have passed. Your time limit has ended. Sleep well, as the next game will begin when you awake. Unfortunately, the team who receives 2 votes will be unable to participate. One final thing. You've gone through with the vote exactly as I commanded. You deserve a reward for obeying. The memory loss drug will not be injected into the 3 of you. When you next wake, those who survived will be able to regret the decision. As all members of a single team will perish as a result of the vote you entered. Pleasant dreams.
So far the chat has decided to go along with the plan. But we do have one more team to go through. We have Q-Team, and will the chat decide whether or not to make the final vote to make sure no one dies, or will they betray someone? I guess it's going to be up to the chat, but first we're going to have to get through this conversation where we get introduced to 3 completely new characters. Hopefully they're good characters, though so far they seem to be confused kid with a giant weird helmet, a guy who keeps yelling at the kid because he's wearing the huge helmet, and the girl who, mentions occasionally for the guy to stop yelling at the kid for wearing the huge helmet. So hopefully there's more to these characters than that. I want to go in that room.
This is weird. There should be another room around here somewhere.
Let me see it! Hey!
Shut up!
He's got the right to see it too.
Mira.
Thank you.
It's pretty pointless to hang out here kicking our heels. Let's go back to the lounge.
What is this?
Let's inhibit the virus. Maybe someone's gonna remove or control some kind of virus.
Virus? What virus?
About the vote? What will we do?
Don't ask me.
But if we don't do it, doesn't that mean we'll die?
Yeah. Even if C-Team voted for D-Team, and D-Team did the reverse, if we refuse, then we get 2 votes against us automatically.
And Q-Team would be killed.
I suppose that's true if this game is for real.
So you're saying it's a joke?
Don't you think that would make a whole lot more sense? The DCOM staff will probably pop through that door over there yelling surprise.
They'll have cake and presents.
I get it. You're right. Then him being here makes sense now. I bet that means you're part of the whole surprise.
No!
Come on. Take off that helmet.
I can't.
Huh?
I said I can't take it off.
Damn, Brat. Stop bullshitting me.
Stop! Stop! You'll break my neck!
Damn. It's really on there.
Wait, I see something on the side of this thing.
What the hell?
Isn't it a password input?
Does that mean the helmet comes off with the right numbers?
Or maybe his head'll explode.
Hey!
Really? Who are you?
I don't know. I don't remember. I woke up and I was here.
Are you saying you have amnesia?
Maybe. Could I ask you something?
What?
So time to have a very friendly conversation with the friendliest team that we have seen so far. Just likable characters all around. So I guess we're gonna ask, who is Zero?
I was wondering, who is Zero?
Oh, come on! Stop playing! You know everything, don't you?
I told you, I don't...
So you're gonna stick with the idea that this isn't some big surprise?
I don't know. I don't remember anything.
If this isn't a joke, then things are really serious.
Then you're saying one of the teams is actually going to be executed? But why would someone do that?
Zero said, it's a game.
So then he's a psychopath. This Zero guy's probably off somewhere enjoying seeing us freak out.
He could be that serial killer in the news.
That's that Heart Ripper, yeah?
Yeah.
Rumor is they killed 18 people, all in the past few years.
I can't have anything to do with this.
March 15th, 2026. The body of a young female was found in a park in Roseville. The victim's name was Virginia Bailey, age 28. The chest was ripped open and the heart entirely removed. It happened again on May 22nd, 2026. The body of a male was found in a trash can near a residence in Sacramento. The victim's name was Jeffrey Foray, age 37. His body was just like Virginia's, with the heart completely gouged out. 2 months later, on July 29th...
Hey, wait a minute. Don't you have amnesia or something?
Why do you know all this?
I don't know.
It's the type of amnesia that affects everything except your memories of serial killers.
You gotta be kidding me.
All right. So that conversation led us to find out about the mass murderer, the serial killer known as the Heart Ripper, who rips hearts. So maybe we should keep track of any indication that any of these characters are going to rip some hearts. Let's talk about where we are.
I was wondering, where are we?
Weren't you listening to Zero earlier? We're 50 meters underground in a bomb shelter.
I know that, but where exactly?
I doubt we're very far from DCOM.
DCOM?
Dwelling for the cohabitation of Mars.
So, it's an experiment to see if we could survive on Mars?
Uh-huh. We all lived together in that compound for 5 days.
C-Team and D-Team were there too.
Oh, and there was a dog. It was incredibly old. I think his name was Gab.
But not you. You weren't there. It's very suspicious.
Oh, what were they testing for?
Psychological data mostly. It was a closed environment for a group of people for an extended period of time. So, how would that mess with the subjects mentally? That was what they were trying to investigate.
Oh, what made you sign up?
Tough question. It seemed like it'd be kind of fun, I guess.
Eric?
I joined because Mira wanted to.
That's it?
Well, maybe not entirely.
But that's the only thing he'll mention. So they conducted all kinds of psychological tests and experiments on these characters to see how this isolation might mess them up, and Eric failed every test. Let's talk about their relationship.
Mira? Eric? What's going on between you two?
Going on? Well...
Are you in love?
Idiot! No, we're not!
We're not?
Well, we're not, but... Wait, what?
Just gonna leave that hanging? Alright.
You know, I've been trying to figure something out for a while. What is this thing?
Maybe it's a gift from Zero.
So what, you think there's assorted teas inside?
Oh, maybe.
These don't have to be a good thing, do they? Hey, what the hell? Stop! What if it's some kind of bomb?
A T-bomb.
Bomb? I don't think it is. Oh, something's on the back. I think this is upside down. So this would be the front.
Force quit box?
Guess it stopped something.
Look, there's also a keyboard.
Looks like you're supposed to input a code of some kind.
And if we get it right?
Then something will be forced to end?
But what?
Maybe... your life.
What was that sound?
It came from that way.
Let's go!
Gab? How did you...
You came through the vent. It's too dark. I can't see anything.
Why don't you go in?
I can't.
Just do it, will ya?
See?
Didn't have this stupid thing on your head.
Hey, check this out.
There's something inside the case.
Is that a coaster? Oh, there's something on it. Hello, Carlos here. C Team is voting for D Team. So D Team should vote for Q Team and Q Team for C Team.
What does this mean?
Don't you get it? They're saying to spread the votes.
Huh? Spread?
I get it. If each team ends up with one vote each,
the whole thing is a tie and no team will be executed.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, now we have a plan. Let's do it.
But wait.
Why should we wait?
Well, what if this message hasn't been delivered to D Team yet?
You're right. The position of this vent does imply it only connects towards C. I doubt Gab's made his way toward D yet.
We need to figure out how to notify D Team then.
Hold on a sec. I'll get a pen and cheese. There was some at the bar, right?
A pen?
And cheese?
That should do it.
What exactly are you doing? Oh, I get it. If Ward C and Ward Q have connected vents,
then Q and D are probably connected as well.
Yep. We just need to take the cheese and...
It's all on you, Gab.
Think it'll work?
I'm sure it will. "5 minutes until the deadline."
I wonder if Gab made it to Ward D or not.
Even if he did, who knows if Diana will vote the way it says in the note.
What? You think she'll betray us?
It's not outside the realm of possibility. I don't even want to consider the alternative.
Which is?
That the whole letter from C-Team is a trap.
Trap?
They could have written it, but maybe Carlos is planning to vote for Q-Team instead.
Hey, wait a minute now. That's not good. At all.
You said it. If I'm right, then we need Diana to do the opposite of what it says.
What? But...
The deadline to vote is in 3 minutes.
The vote has to be decided by the leader, but
what should we do?
We don't have time for a committee.
then we'll just have to use force.
Hey, wait!
Well, I assume, chat, that you're about to choose. Yep, time to decide. So that means number 1 is C team, number 2 is D team. Make your choice. Number 2 is in the lead. Number 1, I think, with a larger margin than the losing vote had in the previous choices. But no, that's actually shrinking now. Number 2 is expanding. Keeps going. It looks like that the chat is saying that they want to choose the D. I already knew that about them. I mean, who doesn't? But now we have it's official. Almost 3/4 of the chat going with the D. I don't think we need to wait for the vote to end. We're going to make our final vote of the 3 teams and see what the result is.
Your vote has been accepted.
The plot thickens.
Why would you? If Carlos voted for D team like he said he would in the note?
Maybe that was the result he was going for. He wanted to kill the 3 in D team.
No.
You said it earlier, right, Mira? The note Gab brought? It could have been a trap from C team.
Right. But that doesn't mean voting for D team can be justified. If it really was a trap, there still isn't a solid reason to go against what it says in the note. Because regardless, as long as Diana doesn't flip on us, we may be screwed anyway.
Mira?
There's no way we can justify it by saying we voted this way in self-defense.
Minutes have passed. Your time limit has ended. Sleep well, as the next game will begin when you awake. Unfortunately, the team who receives 2 votes will be unable to participate. One final thing. You've gone through with the vote exactly as I commanded. You deserve a reward for obeying. The memory loss drug will not be injected into the 3 of you. When you next wake, those who survived will be able to regret the decision they made, as all members of a single team will perish as a result of the vote you entered. Pleasant dreams.
Oh, chat, how could you? How could you betray our VLR friends like that? You may have been confused about what you were voting for, but it's your responsibility to be informed, responsible voters.
Diana!
Fi, where are we?
I think it's the healing room.
Hey! Open this door!
What is this color?
No idea. Zero must have put them on us, but
Let's take them off.
we can't. There's no hole for a key.
must be a way.
And now for the voting results. The team who received 2 votes is you, D-Team. As such, according to the rules, D-Team will be executed.
No!
Damn it!
Why? What's Q-Team thinking?
What were you
They
thinking?
were going to choose us. Then there was no point in sending Gab.
That's true, but
There has to be a trick to this game. Something nonsensical. Illogical, maybe.
Something around here is illogical.
Was it who decided to kill all of you?
Who was it? They're right.
Stop talking nonsense.
Zero! You won't get away with this! I swear I'll...
Sigma, let's jump.
what?
May you rest in peace. Latita acta est fabula.
Looks like we're back to some good old bombs. Not in the stomach this time. It was around the neck. Okay, so a bunch of new stuff for C Team. Bunch of new stuff for Q Team. And somehow a bunch of new stuff for D Team. I don't know how that happened. People are saying we're going to need all of the voting results anyway, so we were going to have to see everything. Let's look at the flowchart. All right, so here we are. So these 3 segments all lead down to this, and so since there were 3 possible... Oh, switch to detailed? How do you do that? X button. Okay. We needed to fill up the 4 icons on the left. So each of them need to die, and then there's a friendly little thumbs up where all of them survive. And is it the case that there's only one? I guess like if all of them survive, they get down here. But if there are teams that die, I guess they don't advance because there's only one choice that leads us down here, and then we get broken out into a whole lot of other stuff. Well, that is a lot of things to take a look at, but you know, we've been going on for hour and 45 minutes around, so I think it's about time to save. It's about time to say goodnight for right now. Well, we got one ending, which was the one we got in 5 minutes, and we got to see a team death. Thanks to you, chat. Thanks to your nonsensical, illogical decision. And I guess next time we're just going... Am I going to leave the game running like I did with the DS? I don't think I need to do that. It is a PC game. I don't think I need to just keep the PC on for however long it takes. So I don't really know what the schedule is going to be like for ZTD. I don't... how often we're going to do streams. I think that we probably will do it, fairly often. We'll see how, as we go on into next week, we'll see what day I want to stream. I'm not sure what it's going to be right now. But, yeah, I'll make an announcement video before each of like a day before the stream happens. So, watch out for that. And ZTD seems pretty interesting so far. I mean, it's kind of like a different pace that the previous games have had, because the previous games, of course, have been visual novels. 999 was all text. VLR was text with voice acting. This one is just like not really a visual novel. This is just cutscenes entirely, even though not much in the way of animations in these cutscenes. A lot. I mean, I know it's low budget, but the characters don't move a whole lot, do they? So not a whole lot of room for commentary during these scenes, since the dialogue is coming pretty quickly. But we actually did not reach a single puzzle room yet. 999 and VLR both did begin with puzzle rooms, and we have not reached one yet. So, you can pause? I mean, I guess I could, but seems probably not. Seems like kind of weird to just like when someone says something, then to pause it to do commentary and then unpause it and then keep doing that. I don't know. Not as good of a flow for commentary, I think, with the previous games. Oh, a bunch of puzzle rooms are available now, says Quakerin. So I guess that's what we're going to start off with next time round. We're actually going to do a puzzle room. Actually, some gameplay. So, I mean, that's what this particular stream did not have. We did not have gameplay. Hopefully, we have gameplay next time. So I've been streaming on tonight on Beam.pro using their low latency mode. So that seems, according to the chat, that seems to have worked well. No problems with Beam tonight. It seems like everything went okay. Seems like that the stream layout is working well, though the chat format did kind of get all weird whenever I voted. I think that's probably just has to do, don't know what that sound was, but I think that probably just has to do with the chat theme I'm using here. But I'll try to fix that for next time. Well, I hope everyone had a good time tonight. I hope everyone had some fun getting introduced to Zero Time Dilemma. And, what is that? Oh, that sound is someone saying something to me in the Beam chat. Okay. I wasn't sure which of the many windows I have opened on my PC, which of them was the sound coming from. So, like I said, this lots of sounds happening. Gonna take my headphones off so I don't hear that sound anymore. So yeah, like I said, I don't really know what the schedule is gonna be like, but I want to do this fairly regularly so we can, get through this game and learn the rest of the story that we began so long ago. And that sounds still happening? Okay. So I'll see you next time for some more ZTD. I'll see you around. And maybe we won't kill anyone next time. Or maybe we'll kill a whole lot of people. Maybe that will happen. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Until next time.